Adrien the Problem Broner on pay-per-view versus Marcos Maidana. E-King Fight News here, trying to break this down because it looks like the next pay-per-view fight, the next, half-decent pay-per-view we see might have Adrien the Problem Broner on it, and he's going to be in a fight with Marcos Maidana. According to Eric Gomez, this fight right now is in negotiations and is soon to be finalized. Both of them want it. They want to have this fight. And of course they're not going to say no to pay-per-view. That means extra money for them. And that means Showtime can save some money because they're not putting up, the capital investment. It's on the fans, and they're letting the fans do the talking in terms of the ratings wise, right? Because whoever tunes in is paying. So, that's a completely different dynamic in boxing. And for Adrien Broner, he's being very carefully matched here. He's not facing Keith Thurman or Robert Guerrero on pay-per-view. Those are two, A-class, A-level fights that I think gives Broner more problems than Maidana does. I think Maidana is a mismatch type fight that's going to make Adrien Broner look really good. It's going to, I told you, all those fucking haters who hate on Broner are going to be back on his dick after a fight like this because he's going to annihilate Maidana. There's no question in my mind about it. Maidana simply does not have the tools to deal with the Broner, Philly shell type style that eats up stalkers alive. That's exactly what Broner wants you to do, is to come in, throw wide swinging shots, and even to throw a short jab. He wants to make you miss and make you pay, and that's exactly what Maidana's there for. He's not that accurate, he's not that fast, and he doesn't give you, too many angles to deal with, right? Let's remember Jose Zito Lopez hurt him badly, I believe in the 3rd or 4th round, and it looked like Maidana was going home. So overall, this is an interesting fight, but I just don't think it's pay-per-view worthy, and that's why Richard Schaefer has to back up the card. Put Keith Thurman on the undercard, put Robert Guerrero on the undercard, right? Make an explosive match like that, just so it's a lot more watchable, and so that you kind of feel better about paying $50 to see this fight. Well, I'm gonna step off that one. I'm all about supporting pay-per-views when they're competitive, exciting matchups. And although this could be a highly anticipated fight, I don't believe it's competitive enough, to pay money out of my own pocket. So overall, let me know what you guys think. Adrien Broner fans, Maidana fans, is this worth a pay-per-view? Let me know, man. It is what it is. Peace out, take care.